Here's your Friday forecast. The latest satellite picture shows that skies have clouded up over most of the east, which is not a good sign for the weekend. It's still gray and stormy across the Ohio Valley and the plains, and it's also been very stormy around the southern and central Rockies. You might think it's October later today around Denver, where it'll be windy and wet with temperatures that may not even get out of the 50s. Unheard of in July, the Northwest will bake in 95 to 100-degree heat. Widespread showers and thunderstorms will be found from the Tennessee Valley to much of the East Coast, and these storms are going to hang around for a while in the east, where many flood watches are being posted. The Great Lakes and Midwest will have a gorgeous weekend featuring chilly nights and pleasant afternoons with deep blue skies. It's the end of an era for Ma Bell. AT&T says it will no longer solicit new customers for residential phone service because it can't compete with the old baby bells. AT&T will now concentrate on business customers. Stock prices are lower this morning across the Pacific Rim, mainly on a lack of fresh news to move them higher. Alexis Christophorus is on the CBS Market Watch.
It's a big week for Microsoft. After the closing bell, the software giant reported an 81% surge in profits on strong sales of its Office software program. Profits were still a penny shy of estimates. Just 2 days ago, Microsoft said it plans to return more than $75 billion to shareholders over the next 4 years. It plans to do that through a combination stock buyback and higher dividend. Also, after the closing bell, Amazon.com posted its fourth straight quarterly profit thanks to strong international sales, but the online retailer's profits were a penny shy of estimates. And Coca-Cola said profits bubbled up 16% in the second quarter, thanks in part to strong sales of its diet drinks. Overall, though, sales at Coke saw their smallest gain in about 2 years. On Wall Street, after a roller coaster day, stocks finished nearly unchanged. The Dow Jones Industrial Average inching up 4 points. The NASDAQ Composite added nearly 15. A big beer merger could go flat. U.S.-based Adolph Coors and Canadian-based brewer Molson agreed to merge in a $3.4 billion stock swap. If approved, it would create the fifth biggest brewer in the country. But some shareholders don't support the deal, and Ian Molson, who is feuding with family members over the merger, may threaten a counterbid. You can stay on top of your stocks and all the day's business news at cbs.marketwatch.com. In New York, I'm Alexis Christophorus.
Metabolife International and its founder have been indicted on charges of lying to the FDA about the dangers of ephedra, the now banned herbal stimulant linked to dozens of deaths. The accusations include making false statements and trying to obstruct the agency's attempt to regulate supplements containing ephedra. Metabolife calls the allegations, quote, utterly baseless. The ex-husband of three-time Olympic champion Marion Jones has reportedly told federal investigators she used steroids during the 2000 Olympics. Jones won 5 medals 4 years ago in Sydney. C.J. Hunter is quoted in 2 newspapers this morning as saying he personally injected Jones with banned substances and saw her do the same. Hunter is also accused of steroid use, which he denies. Punishment, if not by crime, in Major League Baseball. Red Sox slugger David Ortiz drew a 5-game suspension for an outburst that included throwing bats onto the field last Friday night in Anaheim when an umpire called him out on strikes. Cubs pitcher Carlos Zambrano also got a 5-game suspension for intentionally hitting the Cards' Jim Edmonds with a pitch Monday night. And Cubs pitcher LaTroy Hawkins got a 3-game suspension for yelling at the umpire after he gave up a tie-breaking home run to the Cards. Albert Pujols on Tuesday. All 3 are appealing and will play until their hearings. Lance Armstrong won the hardest alpine stage yet, his 3rd straight win, but he's all but locked up a record 6th straight Tour de France title. A high-ranking tour official quoted in this morning's New York Times says this will likely be Armstrong's final tour, but he considers going for a 7th title pointless.
The answer is no, there is not, because